Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Reboot Roundtable, the podcast where three buddies get together and discuss a reboot, rewrite, or rework. I am Connor Williams, the guy so old that I saw the first star form, and I am joined as always by Jay, the one so small he lives in a shoebox, and Tyler, a person so energetic that the stars are jealous. How are you guys doing today?
I was doing a lot better before you called me short, which is just like no warning. I wasn't ready for that.
Well, maybe you should have been.
I was doing pretty good, and then it started raining.
That'll do it.
Bad. It's just like I'm tired now.
That will do it. That will do it. So
Were
today,
you in the rain?
what?
Were you in the rain?
I live inside a telephone pole.
Like a house, or?
No, I'm just kidding. I live at the bottom of a well, so it's always raining.
Oh, okay. Are you at least having fun?
Yeah, it's cool. It's a well, you know?
I would hope it's cool.
Well.
Alright, moving on.
Yeah, so anyways, for the first episode of the Reboot Roundtable, I'm going to be doing the first pitch. And today I will be pitching what I want for Spider-Man 4, the fourth MCU Spider-Man film, which I don't have a title for yet. So we may need to brainstorm what the title would be at the end. Since it's got to somehow... No, it has to have home in it. We have to keep the really dumb trend.
BlackRock bought the home.
What?
Paying rent on my home.
Paying rent on my... That's insane. Okay, so first off, what is your all's connection with Spider-Man? And specifically the MCU Spider-Man?
Well, I've never met him, but I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah? That's crazy. Okay, what is your all's experience with Spider-Man content, since apparently I need to specify this?
Oh.
I'm a big fan of his villains. They're pretty cool. No, I'm a huge Spider-Man nerd.
All right. Profile picture?
Yeah. As you can tell by my profile picture, it's Spider-Man.
I love Spider-Man.
Okay, well that's good.
I need more pictures of Spider-Man.
Bring me more pictures!
Okay, so yeah.
I'm Jack Black.
So obviously, the last Spider-Man movie in the MCU we got was No Way Home, which was an amazing film. I assume you guys enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah. So there were some leaks came out a while back that Sony wants to do another multiversal Spider-Man film. I don't want that. I don't want MCU Tom Holland crossing over again yet. Which is why my pitch is for a very street level style Spider-Man story. So the plot goes thusly. The movie would center around Spider-Man coming to terms with being alone and starting his new life. It would focus on Peter's turmoil and finding a job and trying to get into college with just a GED because he literally doesn't exist anymore. And my main goals of the film would be to do a couple things. Number one, set up the Black Suit saga. Not the Venom saga, because I don't want us to focus on Venom. I want to focus on the Black Suit, like the comics originally did. I want to get Peter Parker working at the Bugle again. But obviously the Bugle is now like a really insane podcast. So I think what you do is you do what the Ultimate Comics did, and Peter Parker will work at the Bugle as a tech guy, and he'll build the website or something, right? Do a World Wide Web pun there. I would also try to introduce Miles Morales as a random student that Peter's helping, maybe an intern at the Daily Bugle, something like that. So
it could be like a vocational kind of thing, like Peter's helping out, like just volunteering work.
Exactly. Because I think we need to set up Miles, but not touch his Spider-Man stuff. Not yet, at least. The other things I would do is, for this movie, I think each of these films through the Black Suit saga should have a random other hero as a figure who's part of the story. Because Peter Parker throughout all of comics has done crossovers. So my obvious choice for who I think Peter should be working with in this film would be Daredevil. And what I think we do is the movie would be Peter facing a low-level crime boss. Maybe Mr. Negative, Hammerhead, or Tombstone, who are three of the classic crime bosses.
Tombstone could be good.
Yeah, I would love to see Tombstone because he was really cool in Spectacular Spider-Man.
Dude, he's just such a badass villain.
Oh, he's very cool.
But yeah, and so what I think we kind of would get is basically Daredevil isn't teaching Peter Parker to be a superhero. He's teaching Peter how to be a vigilante and get stuff done in a way that the police will actually do something about it. You know what I mean? And that's great because, like, obviously Matt Murdock, he's also a lawyer. So I think we get this really classic dynamic between Peter and Daredevil. I think another important thing is we don't bring back MJ and Ned yet. We know that it's already been confirmed Zendaya will be in this film, but I really hope it's only for a cameo. I don't think MJ should be back yet. I think we need to make sure the price and loss of No Way Home actually mattered, if that makes sense.
I agree, dude. I feel like if they bring her back in the next movie, like immediately, either they need to bring her back towards the end, or just not at all. Because,
in credit sequence. Give me an in credit sequence.
It feels like just too close, like you said. Like oh, we lost his identity and he's friendless, yada yada. And then like 20 minutes later, it's like, oh, but by the way, pardon me, but by the way, he's found all his friends now and has them all again. Yeah, I heard someone else pitch it. I don't remember which person it was, but I really would love the idea of the scene at the end of the movie. We see MJ show up at some sort of party or gathering or something. We do the dyed red hair, and we get the classic line, "Face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot." Like, I think that would be really fun if they genuinely did, like, go, like, yeah, she's been gone this whole story. Here's where she's at now. And do that at the very end of the film, and people would lose their shit. Or at least I would, particularly, because I love Spider-Man romances, which is why I think there are two characters who need to be also introduced into this story. Number one, Black Cat. I want Felicia Hardy in the story, and I think she would make a fascinating love interest for the Black Suit trilogy as this kind of temptation. Like, to an extent, she is the romantic version of the Black Suit. It would actually work really well, too, because of, like, the stealth stuff. Like, that could be the reason why Peter gets into the Black Suit. He's like, oh, well, I need to be stealthy.
Well, I think
and, like, be a vigilante with Black Cat, and then turns out she's just a thief.
Yeah, and well, the thing is with the Venom suit, like in the comics, the Black Suit, still, it's the Venom symbiote, like still do the symbiote. But it's not that the symbiote's making him evil. It's taking his already felt emotions and just enhancing them slightly. And I think what you do with that is, for this movie, we don't have him have the symbiote until the very last act. I'm thinking like this could be like a thing of like it's referenced in the background a bit. If the Fantastic Four are in the MCU by this point, I would love for them to have contained the symbiote, which would be a great callback to the comics. But I think at the end of the day, what matters is Peter gets the symbiote, but it doesn't change him. It's still the same Peter we already saw this movie, because the suit is only going to slowly make it worse.
And I want to see some Bully Maguire action.
I think we get that in second movie. I don't think we do that for the first one. I don't think that. And that could be a pitch for another day later too. That's what could be fun. The other thing I'd kind of like brought back is Betty Brant, who we saw in Far From Home as like Ned's love interest. But in the comics, Betty is a Peter love interest. And I think it'd be kind of cool to like have Peter in this awkward position where he's working at the Bugle, Betty's there, classic situation, and she's hitting on him. And he's like, "You don't know me anymore." This is weird. Like, I think that could be a really fun, this is a weird circumstance.
But my boy Ned, he needs his love interest.
And I think, but the thing is, we're not touching Ned right now. And the thing as well with Ned, the actor really wants Ned to be a villain at some point, which is what he was in the comics. Ned Leeds was originally the Hobgoblin, who was in charge of the Clone Saga. I would love to see this version of Ned go evil. But that's a pitch for another time, because I don't think he touched that in this film.
I don't know if he could, because he's a sorcerer. He's a sorcerer now, isn't he?
Trust me, I have ideas. I have so many ideas, but I want to save them for if I do a pitch to this pitch.
Okay.
My other little things before we just kind of fully go ham. I really like the idea of bringing back a Shocker again. I think that's like the classic, every time Peter starts a new arc, he should fight the Shocker, which is just very out of the comics. I think it's very...
Yeah, like, he's just always fighting Shocker.
I love Shocker.
All the time.
Do you all know the clip from, I think it's the 90s cartoon, where he had the Venom symbiote and he just goes, Shocker! It's so amazing. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's worth a watch if you've never seen it. It's such a classic little clip.
Such a classic.
But yeah, though, that's my big thing. For the final of the film, I think what you tease is like Daredevil maybe gets injured in the fight, so Peter actually has to handle it. Or even Daredevil says he like can't get involved in it for whatever reason. And then obviously the big reveal, Kingpin is now the mayor of New York. And Kingpin is going to be the new big bad. And I think Vincent D'Onofrio Kingpin versus Tom Holland's Peter Parker is such a fun image to me. Because he's just a brilliant actor. Both of them are great actors. But that's my like pitch. So now it's, what are y'all's thoughts on it? What are your critiques, jokes, all that kind of thing?
It's not about the money, Spider-Man.
It's not about the money, Spider-Man.
The money.
It's about the Mets. It's about the Mets.
It's about the Mets, baby.
It's not about the Mets. No. Jay, you didn't say anything during the pitch. So what are your thoughts?
That's more along the lines of just thinking. But honestly speaking, I like the idea a lot. I do have a couple of critiques. Number one, like the next movie, it has to be set. What was it? They ended off after the third movie in what? Chicago?
No, they were in New York.
Some other
they were in New York.
Oh, were they? I thought they were in Chicago.
Yeah, they were still in New York.
I thought they left.
No,
because they went to college.
Oh no. MJ and Ned went to college. Yes.
Yeah.
But they were.
Which is why I don't think they should be in this movie.
Yeah.
They'll be at college.
Yeah, I agree.
Because see, I felt after I watched the last movie that the next movie would be kind of like him, like you get back awkward Peter Parker, which is just trying to find a way to like regain what he once had, like his old friends, make them remember him, but obviously failing. But I like you.
Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
I was gonna say I like your ideas a lot. My only thing I'd say is I don't know if Daredevil should be like the cameo hero. Not because he's not a good hero in the world and not because he wouldn't be a good cameo, but simply because I think if you're going Spider-Man, you probably go someone who like less well known. Maybe like set up for a future movie for a new character. Potentially.
You could. The thing is like in the comics, Spidey and Daredevil have one of those classic friendships, but there are other characters like that.
Yeah.
Another one that would be fun, and I don't think for this film, I want to see Kamala Khan and Peter crossover. I want to see Miss Marvel, Peter Parker. Because I love Kamala Khan. She gets way too much hate. I'm not a big Carol Danvers fan, but Kamala Khan is amazing. And her actress, Iman Vellani, is amazing. I would like to see those crossover. But again, I don't think it's for this movie. I'm thinking small, like, street-level heroes.
I think in terms of cameos, I want to see the best. Not for your, your pitch here.
Yeah.
But just the cameo I really want to see put into live action would be Deadpool Spider-Man. Because that interaction in the comics and everywhere else, dude, is so funny. Yeah, no, I want that. I would pay good money for, even if it's a PG-13 film of Deadpool Spider-Man, and then do the bit where Deadpool is purposefully forcing himself to be censored. That sounds hilarious. Yeah, I really want that crossover. I'm trying to think, I thought about, when I was originally writing this pitch, I was thinking maybe make the Punisher one of the antagonists. Because in the comics, the Punisher originally was created as a Spider-Man villain. Mm-hmm. And I like that idea because I hate the Punisher. But I also understand a lot of people love the Punisher. And I think putting him in a story would be interesting. I don't think he fits this plot, though. But he also kind of does with the whole, Peter struggling.
I totally think he could. I think, especially if Daredevil is the superhero for this movie, it could be Daredevil and Spider-Man. They're out taking care of Tombstone, for example. And, out of nowhere, Punisher pulls up. And he's like, what are y'all doing here? I got beef with this guy. Screw off. And they're like, but we're superheroes. And he's like, we don't care.
You know, I just thought you could... Did either of you watch the Ultimate Spider-Man show?
It was
the Disney XD show.
I do not remember.
Okay,
Yeah.
My only reason I bring that up is in that show, the team was... Peter, Nova, Iron Fist, White Tiger, and Power Man, or Luke Cage.
Iron Fist is kind of who I was thinking of.
Yeah, Iron Fist could be really cool, especially since the actor who played Iron Fist in the Netflix show was bad. Like, it was really bad. I think that'd be a great place to recast Iron Fist as literally anyone else.
You could just do so many different things. I mean, you can have so many different like characters to add into this. You could bring in Nova, you could bring in Iron Fist, you could bring in just about anybody because it's Spider-Man.
Yeah,
you know?
And I've been saying forever that I just want street level stories for a little bit. I love Thanos, I love Galactus, I love that. Put that over there though. Give me some street level superheroing. I do also think if they do 2 end credit scenes, because I feel like they inevitably will, I want the other end credit scene to be like Sam Wilson showing up to be like, hey, Spider-Man, I don't know who you are now, but you should come join the Avengers, you know, because like everyone remembers Spider-Man, but no one remembers Peter anymore. And I think it'd be kind of cool if we got like, that's another thing. Keep his identity secret, damn it. Keep his identity secret.
I love secret identity. Like Spider-Man, whenever his identity gets revealed, every single time, like the story just kind of falls off, in my opinion.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It can be interesting under the right circumstances, but we did that already. Don't do that again. Not right now, at least.
Also, I find it like interesting, but not forever, you know? Like It has its charm at first of like the really predictable, like, oh, now that the villains know my family, everything I predicted, like, it's coming true. Which, like, really bad cybersecurity Spider-Man, but still.
Cybersecurity?
First gotta get his, like,
Yeah,
IP
hold on.
address blocked.
How is he gonna have this crazy ass high tech suit? And then it's like, oh, but by the way, this guy's Peter Parker, and everybody's like, oh, I know your mom, your dad, your uncle, your sister, your granny. It's like, bro, why do you know everything about me immediately?
That's another thing. I'm so glad we're not doing tech Spider-Man anymore. I enjoyed like Iron Boy Jr. Spider-Man, but I'm so excited to see a version of Spider-Man that's not so reliant on it. Like I'm done with nano suits. I'm
like,
really excited for other stuff.
It feels like Tom Holland's Spider-Man went from being Spider-Man to being like Tony Stark Spider-Man.
Well,
like trying to fill both shoes.
To be fair, in the comics, at least when I was last reading them consistently, which it's been a while now, actually. I mean, we had Parker Industries. Like that is, and I'm fine with that. I'm good with that.
True.
Now, here is an issue I think that the MCU Spider-Man's facing, and I also struggle with my pitch. We have a lot of villains we can't really touch now, unless they want to do multiverse stuff again, really. Or at least it doesn't feel like it. Like, I feel like if we did a Dr. Octavia, Doc Ock, Green Goblin, any of those guys that were in No Way Home, I feel like you kind of can't really do them with Tom Holland Spider-Man anymore. Because he already knows who these people are. Yeah. Though we could go with Liv. We could go with like the kind of spider, with like Doc Ock we got in Spider-Verse. I'd actually be kind of hyped for that. That'd be a really fun, because I love Doc Ock. Doc Ock is such a fun character. And I really want... did y'all play the Spider-Man game? Because that's a big inspiration for this story.
The PS4 one?
Yes,
or
PS4. I haven't touched PS5 yet because I don't have a PS5.
Well, I was thinking about the old game. The one from like 1990s.
There were a lot of those. There's been a lot of old games. That leads me to another thing. I think the biggest thing is we know that Venom is coming with this, with like the leaks and rumors we know of this movie coming. We know Venom's going to be involved in some way. We know Zendaya is coming back as MJ. So I don't know how they're going to do that. Like
they're gonna flunk.
Well, they're not going to ruin it, hopefully. I do think there are ways you could do it. Another original idea I had for this was maybe even going with make MJ Black Hat. That was like a random thought I had. That would be a way to introduce her again without making
Sounds horrifying.
Why does that sound horrifying? What do you mean?
Just the idea. Because, like, from the first few movies, MJ, decent character. She wasn't really combat able. More of a Save Me Spider-Man type of character. Like, I'm going to be honest. I'm not a big fan of those type of characters, but that's the vibe I was getting.
I totally feel you.
I disagree with this MJ. Like, she was perfectly willing to hit someone over the head with a pipe. Like...
yeah, she just couldn't.
She wasn't...
Yeah, like... I feel like she has the will and the way, she has the will, but she doesn't have the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's a thing they could do with MJ. What if they went, and I can't remember what they called her in the comics, but in one of the universes, Mary Jane became a spider person and with Peter. Like, I wouldn't do that this movie, but like, there is a comic universe where Peter and Mary both end up getting powers by the end of it, and they're like just a spider family. And that'd be kind of neat. I that's just an idea, though.
It's a neat idea. I feel like one that would fit better is like from the Spider-Man games. Like, she's still just like a journalist, like a regular person, but she's like better at it.
Something I'm
Sneaking around, snooping about, you know.
She's not really getting herself caught in those like really bad situations.
Yeah. I do
Like-
think oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I didn't know. I was just gonna say like in the third movie, the multiverse movie, where like she was consistently getting stuck with like chased down. Like the game, MJ is probably not gonna get stuck in those situations.
Yeah.
True.
Another character I actually think would be really cool as a mini boss in the sequel would be Rhino. Rhino hasn't had an appearance in a long time.
I love it.
I want
I
him
love
to have
Rhino.
his own movie, but I don't
Yeah.
think he is a strong enough villain to have his own movie.
I don't think Rhino is a movie, like a main movie villain. I think you definitely make him one of the mini bosses. Because with Rhino, he's an idiot. He doesn't have grand plans. He's just some dude who's got best case scenario. He's some dude who got stuck in a Rhino costume. Worst case scenario, he's some dude genetically turned into a Rhino man.
You have
But,
him
like-
at the start of the movie where like that's like your intro is like Spider-Man's fighting the Rhino.
Oh, that could be cool.
We also have a Scorpion opening because Scorpion, Matt Gargan, I think is the comic book character's name. Matt Gargan is in Spider-Man Homecoming. He was just the random thug that showed up a couple times, and then he was in the prison, and it was teased. Like, yeah, he's got the scorpion tattoo, and we've never touched it since. So I think that'd be another character. Actually, you could make him the big bad, technically. Scorpion's
he
been a
might
crime
be
boss
the big
before.
bad of the next movie.
That could
now I'm
work.
thinking about that.
Like, as much as I like Mr. Negative, Hammerhead, and Tombstone, Scorpion has never been seen on screen, and I love Scorpion.
Yeah.
Also, Scorpion was Venom for a little while. That could be a fun thing instead of doing the Eddie Brock stuff.
Ooh, yeah. What if in this one, like, he gets the Venom symbiote and like starts working on this Scorpion suit, and he eventually makes the suit and like starts coming at Peter because he's like, I hate Spider-Man. He's a superhero.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, like they whoop his ass and take the Venom symbiote.
Well, what you could do is, well, the idea would be like you set him up, he gets beaten in this movie, and you have him come back as Venom a couple movies down the line. Because this is the thing. I don't want Eddie Brock Venom in the MCU. Because then it would be Tom Hardy, and I don't want Tom Hardy Venom in the MCU.
I think it's too late. Like I think it's like guaranteed.
I
crossover
know.
soon.
I do want this. This is just a complete, like, I want it. I don't think we'll get it. I want to get Agent Venom, and I want it to be played by the same dude who's been playing Flash Thompson this whole time. I want like very like rich kid vibe Flash Thompson Venom. That sounds so funny. And you still could do the original story with. Do y'all know Agent Venom very well?
I do not.
Not really.
Okay. So this will be how we'll kind of wrap up the episode because I love talking about Agent Venom, and I do think he would be fun to do in a Spider-Man sequel. Agent Venom was Flash Thompson in the comics, obviously big football player bully, but he was obsessed with Peter Parker. Like that's the thing, he was a massive Spider-Man fan. After high school, Flash joins the Marine Corps, if memory serves, and he goes overseas, and he does it because he wants to be a hero like Spider-Man, and then he loses his legs during the war. U.S. government gets a hold of the Venom symbiote, and they literally give it to him, and he serves as like a Captain America Venom, for lack of a better term. And he's just this gun-wielding Venom, and he's so cool. He's my favorite version of Venom. He's a lot of fun. He's also like a straight-up hero.
It gives me Spawn vibes.
They're like Spider-Man. Pulls out the Browning.
Whoa, wait. That could be an insane crossover. Spawn with Flash Venom?
I think Spawn and Spider-Man have met, I think that's a crossover.
Is it?
I don't know how that would
that could
go
work.
over with
I
like.
do like Spawn a lot.
I love Spawn. I don't know how that would go over with like the Top Guns there at like what is it, Disney?
Oh, well,
right.
speaking of crossover stuff, they're re-releasing all the Marvel DC crossovers soon. And they hadn't done that in years because...
Oh, imagine. Hold up. Imagine, dude. Spider-Man 4 is just Spider-Man versus Batman. They die.
I definitely...
Jack Black's there.
Jack Black's there?
Jack
Black's there to
crazy.
watch.
That's insane. Wait,
Jack Black's Galactus.
What? Jack Black is Galactus. They recently cast Galactus. I wish they would have cast Jack Black. That would be really
As
funny.
Galactus?
As Galactus.
Peaches,
That would-
too.
I just
Not
don't,
Peaches,
I don't
just
think Jack Black has the seriousness to be Galactus.
Okay, but have you seen Galactus? He is such a dumb-looking character.
He's stupid looking, but he
Hey.
just is so serious all the time.
I think
Oh.
Jack Black would be such a funny character for that. Or maybe cast Jack Black as a Watcher.
As a Watcher, that could work. Oh,
Yeah.
I want Jack Black as a Spider-Man villain now. I'm trying to think who he would play. Jack Black is
Jack
Green.
Black.
MCU Green Goblin is Jack Black. There we go.
No.
That's perfect.
Stop.
Do you know how much I've sacrificed? I'm telling you. Be perfect.
You ready to rock? Just start shredding.
I don't know. I feel like he would just start like singing Tenacious D songs.
It's playing on the speakers as he flies by, hurling.
Yeah.
bombs. It's
Doesn't he? Doesn't like Jack Black canonically fight the devil in some movie or something? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I think he befriends the devil, doesn't he?
I don't know, but all I'm
Yeah,
saying is
he's
Jack
saying-
Black versus Mephisto.
A demon was
Oh.
gonna kill him, and he played music that was so good that the demon like ran away in fear.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Well,
remember what song that was.
so yeah,
Yeah,
that is my
Jack
pitch.
Black, Spider-Man
Before we wrap up, we got to come up. What would the title be of this Spider-Man
Already
film?
got it. Okay, ready?
Oh no.
Spider-Man, I'm finally home.
I feel like that's got to be the end of the whole franchise. I don't think he's finally home yet.
It is the end because Spider-Man dies at the end.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
at the
It-
end
it-
of
it's
this
just
movie,
the
he
ultimate
dies.
comics.
They died.
It's the ultimate comics. I love dead Peter Parker.
I feel like this is one of those series that's going to be milked till the end of time.
Well, it's
So
Peter
it's
Parker.
okay to use it.
Yeah, like Spider-Man. There will always be Spider-Man. I don't think we'll get this particular Spider-Man forever. But no, here's my pitch:
Okay.
Spider-Man apartment home.
Spider-Man, I'm not paying my taxes.
I'm not paying. All right. Well, with that,
Spider-Man, I don't care who the IRS sends.
I don't care who the IRS sends. I'm not paying my taxes.
the IRS. No, so
Spider-Man longing for home.
longing. That's actually good. Spider-Man
What?
homesick.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I know.
Spider-Man Jack Black.
With Jack Black. Spider-Man Jack Black.
Spider-Man home with Jack Black.
Okay, that sounds like a. That sounds like
Spider-Man Jack Black's home.
Jack Black's Jack Black Homecoming. All right. Well, with that, we're gonna wrap it up. Yeah. Well, this was the Reboot Roundtable. Please join us again another time because I'm sure it'll be just as unhinged. Don't
Jack
just
Black.
whisper Jack Black quietly. So ominous.